This is Lost in Electronics. Today we're going to make sure that we're going to go ahead and go through, I think, some information I thought was important and kind of let update my viewers and anybody else. Microsoft has been trying to, in the Raspberry Pi projects, have been trying to sneak in code into the middle of your systems, communicate back to Microsoft. Part of Linux is kind of using the free and open source software. So there is a article online on how to be able to remove this. I have already went through it. It's a very easy process here. You can see some of the commands I've already ran on the screen just to make sure that if Microsoft has, and you can tell that it's been trying to update because if you go into the repos, it says, hey, there is Microsoft right here. Packages.microsoft.com/repo/code is trying to install packages. There's no reason why Microsoft has anything to do with the Raspberry Pi Foundation or even anything to do with when you're trying to communicate out there. There's no reason why Microsoft needs to have anything to do with the Linux-based projects. If people want to install it, they should give people an option if they choose to install it, but they shouldn't force people to install packages in the middle of when you're trying to add in repos. So we're going to go through here. These are the commands here. I'm going to go ahead and copy so that you can see. I'll put these in the show notes so you can actually see which commands I ran. And then we have one other thing we'll go ahead and go through here so that you can actually see what happens when you go and so all you have to do is pretty much copy and paste these commands here. And then we'll show how to go to the configuration file here in a second. And we'll go ahead and pull that. And then we'll go ahead and at that point here, I'll put this under the show notes here when I get done with this because I know it didn't take very long to place it in there. But again, just let's try to be helpful to the community here. So if you do want to remove the Microsoft packages, you do have a choice. Here are what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just have it so that you can see here. And we're just going to go ahead and just so all you have to do is anything after the money symbol, all you have to do is copy and paste these commands. These are the ones you won't be able to see. Is what we're going to go here in a second, which is we're just going to go ahead and go to our, just like I would say here, the host file. All we have to do is just go ahead and just do a copy on this just to show you. I did Nano. You can do Vim, where your editor you prefer to use. I just use it because I just have it really easy because I know it's on here. It's just Nano for me. It's easy for me to go through. One thing you want to do is make sure Microsoft packages do not update. Just go ahead and make sure where it says packages.microsoft.com. Just make sure that when you go in here, just I'll put it at 0.0.0.0 packages.microsoft.com and save because what this is basically telling the host file is, hey, if you see these packages, take it to nowhere. So we're going to make sure that we got it placed in here. I do have the commands here that you need to run for the packages, how to remove them if they installed it. Because again, you can see that they are installing here because right there that you can see where it tells us, hey, Microsoft is trying to doing this in at least, even though we haven't told it to do it. So again, if you want to update, it's just going to be and you can see here going to pull all the repos. It just won't pull that specific repo because it says, hey, we have found there's 8 secured repo messages. It says, hey, you can't do this here because we're not allowing this repo here at http://packages.microsoft.com/repo/codes to even project because we actually block that packaging. So again, those are what I'm going to here. I have the show notes. There is other instructions online, but I'm going to place the ones I have currently here on how to completely remove this. I just want to let everyone know because again, Microsoft is trying to sneak in information into the Linux project. There's no need to be able to go and place in here. We can also see information here just like this. Make sure you can type in the right command, of course. You can see this is dirbuster. It tells us what version we got on this. A little trick is just hit the tab key if you have in there. This shows you the writing list of what directories it has. And then we got this one here you can also see here. You can say here, I told it not to have any write access. I removed those write accesses to it, but that you can see that Microsoft has put in something right here, which is this guy right here. And you can see here the package is saying, hey, there's a package code right here that may be modified a lot. So we can tell that Microsoft, again, is trying to sneak some code in there. So it's a good idea here how we can make sure that doesn't happen here. Again, if you want to see what's in these here, we can always go in here and source list D here. We can also do this too. If you want to go and edit, just go sudo nano. If you just want to read it, you can just go nano, and if there's a source directory, it'll let you list it here. Again, these are protected directories, but those are just to show you the example. So again, you have to show those are protected directories, but just to give you a list of what you want to read in those directories here. And of course, you can always look at here, and if you want to go back to the directories here, we can also want to get into the directory, we can also do this here. And then we want to see what's in here, we can also do this. And then if we want to go into here, we can also go to and you can see right there vscode.list is what Microsoft is using here. Very dangerous way to do this, but this is another thing you can also do here. So it touches permissions denied here, but that's just going to show you where the file directory is at here. We can always change the permissions and stop that from happening. So these are the listings, just to let you know what's in there and what we have and what trusted directories they are. And tell them that, hey, we want to remove this. And again, if you want to remove the command, this is all we have to do here to make sure it gets removed. Make sure you get the whole command, otherwise it's going to give you an error. Copy. So we're going to go to cd dot dot dot. And then we're just going to go cd dot dot dot. Good. We're back at the beginning. And here we are. So again, make sure you don't actually change here. So these are ways you can be able to do this. This is how to be able to make sure that we don't ever pull this. And here is all the instructions here. So these are the options here. So those are the instructions. If you want to be able to go through this, I just thought it was important for the Raspberry Pi Foundation to basically let people know that there is code on here that we want to make sure that we have and make sure we remove. So we got everything you needed to see, and now we got it so that, you know, if they do start sneaking updates in the past, we go through all this right here. So this is the instructions on how to remove everything here. So we'll put this into the show notes here. We can show here that you can just very easy just remove Microsoft here. Now, if you like it, you can still have them. I'm just showing you how. If you want to make sure you can remove, you can definitely remove your information from your Raspberry Pi. That can definitely be able to make sure it happens. Again, this is just a video just to show what I found on the internet. I always, anytime I find any kind of interesting articles about security or privacy or anything that I don't feel is proper, again, I don't think companies like Microsoft, who is not known for its privacy, should not be putting the Raspberry Pi Foundation and other Linux kernels that are known for its privacy, and people may want to not have them communicate back, or at least let them know that they are doing that. So this is just what I've done. Here's all the commands here. I put it in here. You can use here. These are I'll put it in the show notes. All the commands, all you have to do is copy and paste, and you'll be able to remove it here. So again, this is how to remove Microsoft from your Raspberry Pi. And I'm going to go ahead and we got a couple other videos in the future coming up, just to kind of give the kind of forehead, this kind of go to give a little bit of future what videos are coming out. We're going to have a video about OpenVAS because, again, I had one of my viewers had some question about when I'm going to be releasing the comparison a little bit more on the firewall. So we're going to first go ahead and before we create the roles, we're going to run OpenVAS. I got a Kali image setting up here to be able to run it, kind of run OpenVAS so we can run our security test. Again, we need to have a kind of a set of roles. Be all set. We also can run against Nmap and other tools here, but we're just going to go with the basics again. This is not the. These more of is about privacy and security. Again, I want to make sure that if any kind of news I think is crucial to my viewers, or at least anything that I knows that may cause privacy concerns, I want to always update my viewers or anytime I see anything out there. I think it's important for a community to be able to at least know what's going on, and I think it's very important to get this air. So. If you like the content I have placed on this video, please go and subscribe to my channel, and thank you. Upload some videos, select files.